Yo, what's up, my high value bros? What's up, kings? What's up, guys? What's up, stars? Man, what's good with it? And what's up to all the high value queens out there, too? Before I go ahead and jump into the video, man, y'all go ahead and tap that like button, smash that notification bell, and subscribe. All right, so today's video is going to be how to manifest your purpose and your destiny. You know what I mean? Like, you're here to not to be a fucking slave, an economic slave, a part of this matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, for most people, what they do is, you know, you're free and you're a free spirit. And you're having fun as an infant, as a baby, as a child. And then around 5 or 6 years old, you're in the kindergarten, and then you start going to school. You're in the public school system or even private school, and it's still the same shit, right? And so you do that for, 12 years. Then you graduate, right? Graduate from high school, right? And a lot of motherfuckers are doing that now. A lot of young men are graduating right now. A lot of you guys are 17, 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? And now you're thinking about, what the fuck do I want to do? Right? Because when you really think about it, school doesn't really prepare you for life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it'll teach you how to read and, do some arithmetic here and there and shit like that. But it doesn't really hone your skills. It doesn't really hone your crafts. It really, conforms you to a life of being an employee. It really conforms you to the life of being an economic slave. You know what I mean? Because especially when you get to high school, right? Now you have to get up early. You know what I'm saying? And, you go into all these different classes and periods, you move around, then you got a specific lunch break, because when you look back, let's say like at kindergarten and elementary school, it was bright and colorful where your brain would be stimulated. And then when it gets into like, elementary school and middle school, it starts to look a little bit more like, prison. You ever heard of the school to prison pipeline? You know what I mean? Now the lunchrooms look like the cafeteria, the chow hall in fucking prison. And now the classrooms are kind of set up like the same classrooms that you see in prison if you juxtapose them next to each other. You know what I mean? Now you're walking in straight lines, single file. You got a lot of bells. You got a lot of motherfucking whistles. You got hall monitors and shit. You know what I mean? There's more repercussions if you miss a class or if you're late. Now you're tardy. Now you can be expelled. Now you know what I mean? So it's a lot of control, as it were. So it's a lot like that. So what I'm trying to help you to understand is like, the school to prison pipeline is literally conditioning you to be an employee. Waking up early, going to a lunch break, working all day, and then getting off and doing that shit over again. So really for the first 17, 18 years of your life, 5 of those years was your first 5 years are like your happiest time. So now you're into this school system and you learn all this bullshit that's not true, especially to my black people that I'm talking to. If you're white or Hispanic or whatever other race that you may be watching this video, we're getting lied to the most about our history, about our culture, about our everything, our true essence and our true being, even down to our own biology, our culture, language, etc. You know what I mean? So, and then they want to push ADHD, they want to push Ritalin and all these other kind of drugs and say that you're autistic and, attention deficit syndrome and put you on all this kind of bullshit and, you know what I mean? So that's all the matrix. So what I'm saying is by the time you motherfucking graduate, you have no idea what you really want to do with your life. Maybe while you were in high school, you saw that you were very athletic. And I don't want athleticism to be the only outlet from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like for young men, right? We're thinking either becoming an athlete or some type of an entertainer, usually a rapper. So if you're not a rapper, you're trying to play basketball or football and get a scholarship or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's your only hopes of becoming a millionaire, becoming financially independent. Other than that, you got to do the school to prison pipeline. You know what I mean? Or tap into the matrix, the 40-40-40 plan. This is what they call it, the rat race, the 40-40-40 plan, right? 40 hours a day, which is kind of archaic already. It's more like 50, 60 hours a day, right? For 40 years. So now you're 20 years old, you know what I'm saying? You work for 40 years, now you're 60, 65 or whatnot. And then you retire, then you die another 10, 12 years later. Like, what kind of life is that? What kind of bullshit is that? You know what I mean? So that's why they call it the 40-40-40 plan. 40 hours a week for 40 years, roughly, more or less. And then, then you retire on 40% of your income if you do have a retirement or a pension, Social Security, and all that kind of fuckery. And you just, you nickel and diming, and you live from paycheck to paycheck. So most motherfuckers, this is their lifestyle. This is their life. This is their life path. This is what the Matrix has programmed you to become and laid out. And so after high school, now you want to go to college, and now you're trying to find out, what you want to do with your life. You go see a guidance counselor, and they kind of guide you in a certain area based upon your ACT scores, SAT scores, and things like that. But are you really the one at the helm making the decision? Is it you? Is it your family? Or is it the guidance counselor that's trying to steer you in a fucking direction to go with your life? So what I'm saying here in this video, guys, men especially, your purpose is very, very fucking essential. It's paramount. You know what I'm saying? Because when you read my book, I talk about getting this shit together, right? So item number one is your spirituality, your belief system, whether you're spiritual, religious, whatever. You got to get that in order first. Number two is your health, because if you don't have your health, how can you impose your will to carry out your purpose, right? So with this purpose, now we have to look at life not just through our two physical eyes, but through our third eye. You know what I'm saying? You got to see life for what it is. You have to understand that you are a God, that you literally are a co-creator of your own reality. You know what I mean? Like, you have to tap back into your imagination. You know what I mean? You have to tap back into your imagination and the things that you loved when you were a kid, when you were a child, when you were a little boy, when you were a young teenager. Like, what was your passion? What was your muse? What was it that put a smile on your face? You know what I'm saying? You can just do this shit all day long. You know what I mean? Like, anybody that knows me from childhood up until now, they will always tell you, man, AC, you know what I'm saying? This nigga loved martial arts. Like, I was always the one, looking at the karate movies every Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Watching those old Bruce Lee movies, Jim Kelly movies, and all that shit. Even becoming a teenager, watching, Van Damme, Seagal, Chuck, all these motherfuckers, right? You know what I'm saying? And now I'm making that my reality. I'm making that my lifestyle. Now I'm a martial arts professor. I'm a martial arts master. I'm also an actor. So I'm still manifesting that because it's been a passion. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so fucking diversified and multifaceted. You know what I mean? Like, I'm manifesting a lot of great things in my life right now. And that brings me to one of my first points, is that once you tap back into your childhood imagination and you find out the things that put a smile on your face, like all day you can just do the shit, wake up doing it, go to sleep doing it, and then when you go to sleep, you dream about doing it again. You know what I mean? That's your purpose. Whatever makes you feel good, whatever gives you drive, whatever gives you happiness. You know what I'm saying? That's your purpose. Whatever talent that you may have, or whatever talents that you have, because as an extension of the Creator, you're able to do anything that you literally put your mind to, because you have to have belief in yourself. You have to believe in yourself 100%. And I will take it even a step further, not only to believe in yourself, but know thyself. Know that you can do whatever it is that you desire. You know what I'm saying? As long as you act upon it. You know what I mean? So know that you can do it. And that's taking belief to the highest level. Like, you can believe that you can do it, but until you actually know it and you actually do it, now it's becoming manifest, all right? So you have to intend that passion. You have to intend that talent that you have, whether it be, art, you're a painter, you can sketch, draw, nigga, you can play instruments, you know what I'm saying? You speak several different languages, maybe you can rap, maybe you can sing, dance, you know what I mean? Act, martial arts, things like that. You know what I mean? Some of these things, that I'm able to do it. This is what I'm doing in my life. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't come here to be an economic slave working 40 hours a week for 40 years and retired on 40% of your income. That's just that bullshit, right? We came here to be gods. We came here to be the kings. We came here to be financially independent. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get rid of that whole idea of the matrix. Go to school, get a good education, get a good job. Now, if you want to be an employee, that's cool. You know what I mean? That's on you. You know what I'm saying? Then if you want to be an employee, then yeah, you go to college, get you a degree. If you don't want to go to college and go on to get a master's degree or a graduate degree after that, okay, cool. I mean, you can do that. But if you don't want to do that, get you a license in something. Become a licensed entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Because I want to recommend a book to you guys. You know what I mean? I'm just letting my thoughts for this, but I want to recommend a book to you guys. It's called Rich Dad Poor Dad and the Cashflow Quadrant. Okay, I talked about it in a previous video when I first started making them last year. But it's written by Robert Kiyosaki. He's written 2 books. He's famous for both of these books. Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? And in that book, he's going to teach you the difference between an asset and a liability. Assets put money in your pocket, and a liability takes money out of your pocket. This is why I keep telling you guys you have to view women as assets, right? But this is not a video about women. This video is about life purpose. All right. So, and then he teaches you about the balance sheet. You know what I'm saying? Income, expenses, assets, liabilities, and as a high value man, as a Mac, as a successful guy, you know what I mean? You want to have accumulating assets throughout your whole life. You know what I mean? And that's anything that's going to put money in your pocket. Whether it be a portfolio, investment plan, CDs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, index funds, etc. If you want to get into real estate investing or just develop passive income through royalties from book sales, music sales, things like that. You want to get that Wi-Fi money, that sleep money, that internet money. You feel me? Money that you achieve by not physically working for it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now, with that said, he also wrote a book called The Cashflow Quadrant. And in the Cashflow Quadrant, he talks about 4 different income streams that people get their money from. Typically, on the left side, that means when you're on the left side of the quadrant, on the top left, you have the E, which is the employee. On the bottom left, you have the self-employed. With the E, you're generally going to need like a degree or some type of a certification. And sometimes even a license, but mostly you're going to need a degree or you're going to need some type of a certification. So you have to go to school. And a good thing to do is not only to go to college, but, we need to tap back into vocational type schools. You see what I'm saying? HVAC, becoming, electrician, a plumber, things like that. We need these type of infrastructural type abilities as a man so that we can become a high-paid employee or become an entrepreneur. Now, when you work for yourself, on the bottom left below the E, that's the S. That's the self-employed. Now, generally to become self-employed, you need some type of a state license. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you're self-employed, it's better than being an employee, but understand that you're still working off of your own efforts. You can't leverage anything. Now, where the wealth accumulates is on the right side of the quadrant. On the right side of that cash flow quadrant, when you read the book, on the top right, we have the B. That means the business owner. That's, Fortune 500 companies when you have 500 or more employees. And now you're leveraging your employees, time and energy while you make money off of them. You know what I'm saying? So if you're an employee, you're being leveraged by the owner. You know what I'm saying? It's the top of a pyramid. You have the owner, then you have who? The CEO, you know what I mean? The cool, then you have the president, the vice president, upper management, lower management, and then you motherfuckers down at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to get to the top of that pyramid because it's not designed that way. You know what I mean? You can get up to upper management and shit like that with politics, but that's going to take a number of years, decades even, and a lot of time invested. And then there's no security, being an employee and things like that. But you want to become a business owner. Now, if you don't become a Fortune 500 company business owner, there's other ways to leverage, business. There's other business model types like MLMs, network marketing and shit like that, where you buy into a company for like $200 and you become an independent business owner, and then you leverage out, right? You start to talk to your family and friends, and you start to scale that business out based on residuals that you get, and then you can become financially independent through that, but it still takes a lot of work. It's called network marketing. That falls under that business bracket where you're leveraging other people's time and energy. Now, where the money really is in the eye. You have to become an investor and get into what I just talked about. You have to invest. Save to invest, guys. That's where the assets are. You have to invest for assets, portfolio assets, real estate assets, and other assets that come from royalties and things like that. So whatever bracket that you're in, don't go to the E, man. Fuck that. If you want to be a high value guy, well, I know we all are high value, but you want to become your best version and become financially free and break away from this economic type slavery. Go from the E, jump down into the S, become self-employed, scale that out to the point where you can leverage other people's time and energy, and then parlay that and finesse that into passive income. So whatever your passions are, whatever your talents are, you want to monetize that, you know what I'm saying? And then scale it out to the extent that you become financially free. Now, you know what I mean? You may have to work your job for a while until you scale out that business and you become financially free. You know what I mean? Or like with this COVID bullshit going on, like you got all these stimulus checks and, unemployment and all that. So that provides sustenance for a lot of people, which is cool. Sustenance means you can just pay your bills and you got a roof over your head. Okay, don't go back to work. Fuck it. You free now. Just scale that business out. You know what I mean? So these are just some ideas, man. But I want you guys to intend it. Know that you can actually create your own reality based upon the visuals that you see in your mind, in your mind's eye, your pineal gland, your third eye. Your third eye, it literally has rods and cones like the two physical eyes that you see me through this camera with. You know what I mean? But that's your spiritual eye, and it's connected. So literally, thoughts become things. Thoughts become things. Say that with me. Thoughts become things. Just like in the movie The Secret, right? Thoughts leads to feelings. Feelings leads to actions. Actions leads to results. And the key word is actions. You must do. You can't just visualize it and think about it. You must act upon it. So, and the reason why I'm bringing this video up is because I've been having a lot of, consultations, and I like what I'm hearing on my consultations. Like a lot of guys that consult with me, they're not even just consulting with me on women. You know what I'm saying? They're consulting with me on their life purpose and shit like that, which means that my videos are doing very well, and my book is doing very well. But teaching you what? Spirituality, health, purpose, women last, because then after that, you're going to always have women because you're being successful, and that's what women are attracted to. But anyway, yeah, you want to understand that you have that power, that you have that ability to manifest whatever you see through your third eye. And whatever that you visualize and you feel good about it, and you feel compelled, and you have a strong desire about it, then what I want you to do, you know what I'm saying, is act upon it. Do something about it. Don't just talk about it. Do something. You know what I mean? Start that YouTube channel. Write that book. Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Start that business. Whatever it is for you. Whatever that passion is, tap into it. Get a mentor. Get you a mentor that's going to teach you the ropes. A mentor is a person who's already successful at something that you want to be successful at. So they're already successful doing what it is that you want to do. You know what I mean? So if you want to... If you want to open up a restaurant, a barbecue restaurant, or a truck or something like that, find somebody who's already doing it. They're successful at it. They got a couple of trucks, you know what I'm saying? And ask them how they did it. You know what I mean? Tap in and listen to them. Take notes. Become their student. You know what I mean? Do some of, you want to do some intern work. Become their apprentice, become their student, learn the game, learn the ropes, and then apply yourself. You want to take advice from people who are already successful at doing the type of business model or whatever it is you want to do, and then apply that knowledge to yourself, because applied knowledge is power. Not knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is power. And I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but whatever comes to mind, I'm just going to tell you, because This is very, very extremely important. You know, you want to get with a mentor to help manifest your destiny, to help manifest your dreams, to help manifest your goals. I don't even call it a dream because a dream is like nebulous. A dream is like ephemeral. It seems like it's not real. You know what I mean? So let's make it more of a reality and call it a goal. And that way, when you have a goal, you can break that down into steps that you can do weekly or daily steps, weekly steps, monthly steps until you actually achieve that goal. So you want to set short-term goals, 6 months goals. You also want to set long-term goals for a year and even longer than that, 5 to 10 years. Where do you want to see yourself? You know what I mean? And then you just check that off. Another thing you want to do, guys, is know that you are what you think. Whatever that you think you are is what you become, because thoughts becomes things. You know, I said it before. Thoughts lead to feelings, feelings leads to actions, and action leads to result. So you are what you think. That's even in the Bible. You know, I'm not into the Bible. I'm not a Christian anymore, but it's in there. And they know that, you know, whatever that you think about in your mind, because thoughts bring, like, a thought is basically a brain wave, and specifically it's a radio wave. You know that we get downloads and transmit and receive messages from and to the sun. You know what I mean? Because melanin is basically condensed sunlight. You know what I mean? This melanin that we have, the neuromelanin or the eumelanin that gives us the brown and black pigment shades, right? We absorb the whole electromagnetic magnetic light spectrum from the sun. And so there's different types of energy waves. You know what I'm saying? We have the radio waves, and you directly communicate in your brain telepathically through the sun. You get those down. So whatever thoughts you put out, the universe can return that back to you and make it manifest in your reality, on top of the infrared, on top of the X-ray and gamma and UV, microwave and things like that, the visible light spectrum, etc. Like, we absorb all those things. This is what makes us human. This is what makes us powerful. This is what makes us gods. You see what I'm saying? You have literally the scientific and the biological means, you know what I'm saying, and the divinity of it to manifest your destiny, because you are children of the sun. Know thyself. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. Know thyself. You know what I mean? And the law of correspondence. You know, I got my notes here. And the law of correspondence, right, basically says that based upon what you think and what you feel is what you're going to manifest. So be careful about what you think. Be careful about what you say. You know what I mean? Because, you know, words have power. Words are spelling. You can ask. That's why they call it spells. You're casting spells. So, you know, regulate and monitor your small talk. That's, you know, the what you hear in your mind when you just by yourself. Monitor that. If it's negative, your brain doesn't know the difference between, you know, what's a lie and what's actually true. But whatever thoughts come to your mind and you believe it and it resonates and it becomes dominating, that's going to be your actual reality. So only entertain positive thoughts. Only entertain thoughts that you want to manifest. Yeah, you got to control your thoughts. You have over 7,000 thoughts a day, probably more, but you know what I'm saying? Control the frequency. That's why you have to, like, meditate, still your mind, and extract any thoughts that don't serve you and focus on what you want to manifest. You know what I mean? And, you know, you want to monetize your talents, like I said previously. And once you do these things, guys, you want to use, you know, marketing strategy. You want to use social media to your power. You know, you want to magnify who you are. Social media should be an extension of who you are. You shouldn't just be using this shit for, like, entertainment and looking at bras all day. You know what I mean? Like, you should have links in your bio, business links that goes to your merchandise, that goes to your YouTube channel, that goes to your books and royalties, your songs, your music, and all that. You know, you want to use it because that's free marketing, that's free leverage. You know what I'm saying? Don't just use it to, you know, like a freaking dating app. You know what I mean? Like, let's be purpose driven. Let's be focused on our business and not women. You know what I mean? So I know I kind of like threw a lot at you. You know what I mean? I don't want to make this video too long, but I just wanted to come out here and make this purpose video because there's so much to talk about, man. I'm just blurting it out, really. but I gave you a lot of jewels. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very pleased with you guys, you kings, you guys out there that's watching me, because that means that my book and my videos are doing well. Because when I get the consultations, that's what the conversations will be about, not even women. And I love that. You know what I mean? So keep your priority list right. Keep your shit together. Spirituality, your health, your vessel, purpose, mission, focus, ambition, right? And then women. All right, that's all I got for now, guys. I'm gonna hit you up in the next video. Hey, man, get my book, How to Be a High Value Man, The Blueprint to Success with Women. It's available in ebook, paperback, and audiobook. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and grab that. Hey, if you're in the Houston area, even if you're not, man, jump on a plane, come out and see me, man. I got a book signing coming up in Houston, Texas. It's gonna be at the Seha Center. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be there, autographs, taking pictures, you know what I'm talking about? And then we're going to have a comedic yoga session, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a comedic yoga basu as well. Guys, add me on Instagram, ace_heyru. Shoot me a DM, you know what I'm saying, for a video topic. If you want to book me, go ahead and book me through Instagram. We can book me for a consultation about your life purpose and women. We go ahead and get that popping. I'll send you a Zoom link. Guys, like, share, subscribe. Like my shit, share my shit, subscribe to my shit, and comment on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you guys for running up to over 1,000. We Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and take over, man, and create high-value men all around the world and get back into our golden age, man, of being gods and kings out here. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, if you want to donate to the channel, go ahead and hit the cash out. The link's down below. Other than that, man, I'm out this bitch, man. Much love. Peace. I'll see you next video. Yup.
I took the charge when I'm state, but they ain't recognize your value. And they gon' love you when you dead, but while you here, they don't recognize your value. And I'ma have to cut her off every time if she don't recognize your value. Little baby wanna be obedient. She say she recognize the value. Just don't disturb a nigga grind. Act like you recognize the value. She say she love a nigga mind. She say she recognize the value. It ain't no price on his life, but they don't recognize the value. I put a price on your life, and they gon' come collect the value. And this money don't mean shit. You better recognize the value. I'm down to kill for my respect. You better recognize the value. I held it down on my dolo, but they ain't recognize the value. DA office I ain't fold though, but they ain't recognize the value. I tried to put a couple niggas on the way, but they ain't